Today, we are going to learn how to make questions with the simple present tense. But now, let's review the basics of the simple present tense. For this video, you will need your note-taking sheet and a pencil or pen. Are you ready? First, let's review the present simple. In English, we use the present simple tense to talk about three things: facts, origins, and routines or customs. Let's look at a few examples. First, facts. Facts are things that are true. For example, let's think about the Earth. We can make many sentences using facts about the Earth. These sentences all use present simple verbs. First, the Earth is a planet. In this sentence, the subject is the Earth, and the verb is the be verb. Remember, the be verb has three forms. In this case, we use is. Second, the Earth goes around the sun. In this sentence, the subject is again the Earth. What does the Earth do? It goes around the sun. Goes is the verb in the present simple tense. So we use present simple verbs for facts. Next, let's look at origins. Origin means where something is from or where something comes from. For instance, I am from Sharjah. In this sentence, the subject is I, and the verb is the be verb am. This sentence tells us where I am from. These dates come from Masafi. In this sentence, the subject is these dates, and the verb is come. Notice that the tense is still present simple. Lastly, we use the present simple when we talk about routines or things that we do every day, every week, every year, often, sometimes, usually, or never. For example, we never exercise late at night. In this sentence, the subject is we, and the verb is exercise. Both of these sentences show actions that are routines or customs, things that are repeated again and again. So, to sum up, we use the present simple tense to talk about facts, origins, and routines or customs. Now, to make present simple questions, you need to decide if the question is a yes or no question, or if it is an information question. Yes or no questions usually have yes or no in the answer. For example, with the question, "Do you always eat breakfast?" the answer would be, "Yes, I do," or "No, I don't." You can also answer with always or never. So you can say, "Yes, I always do," or "No, I never do." On the other hand, information questions have actual information in the answers, and not just simple yes or no answers. So, with the question, how often do they play racquetball? The answer might be, they play once a week. Notice that yes or no is not in the answer because the question is asking how often. How do we make these two types of questions? Let's look at the following yes or no questions. Do you always eat breakfast? The first word is do for the pronoun you. The second word you is the subject of the question. In this question, you could be replaced with a regular noun or a proper noun. Remember though, the subject must agree with the verb. Let's quickly review this rule. We use do, the helping word, when we talk about you, they, we, I, and plural nouns. These are the subjects. However, we use does for the subjects he, she, it, and singular nouns. Somewhere after the pronoun or the subject is the main verb. In this sentence, do you always eat breakfast? The main verb is eat. Remember that the adverb of frequency comes between the subject and the main verb. Also, the main verb is always in the infinitive form. Look at the following table and listen to the examples as you read. Do you speak English? Yes, I do. Do you speak Spanish? No, I don't. Do I need to study hard for this test? Yes, you do. Do I look good in this shirt? No, you don't. Does he play the piano? Yes, he does. Does he play the violin? No, he doesn't. Does she know how to drive? Yes, she does. Does she know how to swim? No, she doesn't. Does the sun shine a lot in the UAE? Yes, it does. Does it rain a lot in the desert? No, it doesn't. Do we have enough money for the movies? Yes, we do. Do we have enough petrol for our trip? No, we don't. Do Saeed and Hamid know each other? Yes, they do. Do they go to the same school? No, they don't. For an information question, you can write the question as follows. Where do you live? We start with a WH question word, such as what, when, where, who. Or we could also use how much, how many, and so on. Here is a table that shows examples of both yes or no questions and information questions. Take a minute to read this table. Now let's look at some specific examples. For each one, let's underline the subject and highlight the verb. Look at the sentences on your note-taking sheet. Let's work together. You will need a pen and a highlighter. Are you ready? Where do you live? Here we start the sentence with the WH question, where? And the next word is do. Why do? because the subject is you. Finally, we add the verb to our question. In this case, live. Here are some questions that are not correct. Change the words to make the tense correct. Does you like cheese? What is the mistake in this question? Yes, you are correct. The sentence should be, do you like cheese? What is wrong with this question? Does he have an iPhone? The question should be, does he have an iPhone? Remember, you use the infinitive in the second verb. Let's look at another question. What is the problem with this question? What does you like to do on Saturdays? Do you think that does agrees with you? No, it doesn't. So the sentence should read, what do you like to do on Saturdays? Since do agrees with you. Okay, here is the final question. Can you find the mistake? How much does it cost? The problem is with cost. You do not need to change cost to costs. In this question, does agrees with it, so you don't need to change the verb cost. And this is the end of the lesson on the present simple questions. Remember, you can watch this video as many times as you like. Good luck with your studies, and goodbye for now.